Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Data. So today we're going to talk about what's been going on in the market, the recent bounce that we just had, and then the CBOE futures that expired today, and the North American Bitcoin conference that's going to be happening over the next few days tomorrow. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So it's so great to see all these coins that are green right now. Kudos for anyone who held through all of this downturn. I know it wasn't easy. But especially props to anyone who's bought whenever we had the dip today, yesterday, and the past couple days. So it's hard, but again, it's part of the market cycle, and it happens every January, a couple times a year, and it's just so many new investors are in the market now, so there's a lot of panic selling and everything, and just a lot of FUD being spread. So again, congratulations. And looking at Bitcoin, we're gonna go over that first. But seeing it had a nice bounce off this $9,000 level. It kind of bounced before, but then it still had a decline, and so there seems to be strong support around $9,000. And then right now it looks like $11,000 has been the new resistance and support level. So again, $11,000 is something to keep an eye on. Some people are saying, some reputable people I know are saying that we may have one more big dump down to between 6,000 to 8,000, and then a rally from there to shake out the rest of the weak hands, because basically everyone else is going to just be holding. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but just something to keep in mind. And again, we're going to watch this $11,000 level, see if this holds. The next support was this previous resistance at 10,300, and then from there, possibly 9,600, and then from there 9,000. So keeping an eye on these different support levels and seeing exactly how we play out. I mean, the RSI right now is about in the middle, so it's not really overbought or oversold, maybe just a tad overbought, just looking at it from that perspective. But again, there's still plenty of room for Bitcoin to grow, and again, just something we'll keep an eye on, as well as the volume coming in. So just wanted to give you all that update. And then again, looking at these coins, so Bitcoin's up 4%, on the average price of $11,300. We have Ethereum up 3%. Ripple actually bounced quite a lot. That's at up 25% at $1.39. And then we have, Cardano's doing pretty nice. It's at 63 cents. And then Litecoin holding stable like it does, around $186. And then again, Neo's been a good performer, 138, and Tron actually bounced a lot. I know that was a surprise to a lot of people at 52%. And then looking down here, we know Ethereum Classic is up 9% at 29.34. And then another coin that's been doing great, Dragon Chain, up almost 15% at $3.31. So we have a lot of good bounces. I mean, everything's in the green from 10, 20, 30, 50%. So it's good to see, there's a lot of green, and again, there's always gonna be fluctuations, and we may have one more dip. So just, be prepared for that in case it happens. But again, it's looking good so far, and I'm glad I held my coins and just stood strong, because you never know what can happen in this market, and when the reversal is going to happen. So far it looks good. So again, we'll just keep an eye on this $11,000 mark, and then from there, see how we react at these next support levels. So with that, I wanted just to remind everyone, so the Bitcoin futures contracts expired today, and I know that was one of the big reasons for the drop. Basically what happened was, when the Bitcoin futures contracts started in December, the expiration date was January 17th today for the first one. So what a lot of people are talking about is basically the whales bought a lot of Bitcoin, so they had it as leverage, and then they shorted the contracts. So the contracts were about $15,000 at the time. So basically what that means is, they had a lot of Bitcoin as leverage, and then as this date approached, January 17th, pretty much all the whales sold their Bitcoin and caused the market, to really decline and, have a big retracement, so that their futures contracts at $15,000, that difference that they made once the contracts expired would be their profit. So Bitcoin, I think at closing of the futures was about 11,300 or 11,100, and so they got about $4,000 of profit from that. So again, that was just something to keep in mind. again, this may happen, every couple months as these futures contracts are expiring. Just something to keep in mind. But again, as more people get involved and maybe ETFs are created, then we'll have less volatility with that. So, but yeah, that's just something to keep in mind, as well as BitConnect. As you heard, BitConnect shut down its lending platform. So I'm assuming, everyone pretty much sold all their BitConnect tokens, from Bitcoin. And that was another thing. I believe that was over $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. So that caused another crash. And then the China and South Korea FUD. So I just wanted y'all to, have a heads up with that, exactly, why we had such a big downturn like we did. And, just some of the reasons for it. So, but on more positive news, the North American Bitcoin Conference is actually tomorrow and the 19th. So this is one of the biggest conferences for Bitcoin. It's going to be held in Miami, Florida. And basically, they're going to have a lot of great speakers here and a lot of great companies. If you look, it's going to basically be a lot of high wealth investors, a lot of people that have ICOs, and a lot of CEOs of companies. So if we click on the speakers here, we can see exactly who's going to be here. So the keynote speaker is going to be Patrick Byrne, who is the CEO at Overstock. So as y'all know, Overstock.com is one of the hugest websites. It's similar to Amazon. And recently, a couple months ago, they announced how they're going to be focused more on cryptocurrencies and being involved in the blockchain technology. And their stock price just exploded after they announced that. I believe it went up, 40, 50%. And so this guy is real adamant about cryptocurrencies in general. And I believe that's definitely positive for him to be the keynote speaker. And then some other speakers we have here. We have the co-founder and advisor of Tether. We have the founder and co-founder of CNET. We have the chairman of the Bitcoin Foundation. We have the CEO and co-founder of Aeon. So that's going to be big. Charlie Shrem, really good Bitcoin pioneer. He talks positively about Bitcoin. And then we have Jeff Berwick, and he's a guy that's real popular in basically in all of his podcasts and everything he does on YouTube, as well as his articles. And basically, you have a lot of people here. Founder of WanChain, Jack Liu. A lot of people here with big ties in the cryptocurrency world. So seeing all these people here and how many investors and everyone is going to be here. This is going to be great. It's going to be real positive, real good news for Bitcoin. And I definitely see this having a positive impact going forward. So if anything, this is going to create more awareness of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and exactly how much more they can grow for the future. So I think this, I don't think it couldn't be on a better date. The future's expired, so now everyone's buying, and you have this, the 18th and 19th, going to cause more people to buy. So it's just kind of catalyst to bounce off of the lows that we've had. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. And I know a lot of big Twitter names are going to be going to this as well. So expect a lot of news for the next couple of days from this conference. And last but not least, this little article I saw, and basically it's saying Bitcoin ATMs are popping up around San Diego. So that's great news. As you know, San Diego, they have a lot more Bitcoin ATMs. I believe they adopted, there's a graph. It shows they adopted 8 in 2014, 3 in 2015, 5 in 2016, and then 27 in 2017. So, more and more people are starting to adopt these Bitcoin ATMs all around the world. Japan is, there's over, I think, 500,000 stores that have Bitcoin ATMs in them. So now, the U.S. is catching up, and more people are coming to these ATMs. I think it said, 15 people come in a day, and then there's been lines at times. So while that's not a whole lot, that's still, a lot more people than they thought were going to come to these ATMs. So I think we'll see more of these ATMs around and more businesses accepting cryptocurrency. So just some more good news I wanted to spread. It's good to see, more positivity coming about after this downturn that we had. And again, just in case we do have another, one last downturn, be prepared for it. But I'll be looking at these support levels and seeing, if we continue this rise or we do have one last pullback. So with that, if you like this video, please give it a like, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, thanks for watching.